challenged myself to write a movie as quickly as I could, and I just shot it, and I did it in a little less than 50 minutes. So that's what this video is about, and I just wanted to give an intro on what that is. So without further ado, here's that. I'm gonna do something crazy, and I'm gonna write a movie in the next, I don't know, 2 hours that I have before I have to get to my day job. Shout out to those people, you know who you are. And I'm gonna take you through the process that I do when I'm writing a movie. Maybe this is super boring, maybe it's not. I just want to show you how I go through my process. So, without further ado, let's get started. iPad for research, yellow legal sheet for all of our notes, headphones for music because I'm probably gonna get bored talking. This is in case somebody texts me. So, what's my process? Well, basically, I gotta come up with an idea first, right? I have a lot of ideas, and I could cheat and pretend like I'm using one of those ideas when I do this, but I'm gonna try not to cheat. Well, I don't know, I'm not going to cheat, and I'm going to try and come up with it on the fly. Maybe it's a crap movie, but at least I'll do it on the fly, and I'm not cheating. So, first thing first is you need your idea. A lot of times I'll get an idea from kind of life, like maybe I'll meet someone and they're very quirky or particular or something, and I think they'll make a good character, and so then I'll base a character off of them, and then I'll base the movie off of that character. Or like for instance, one of the romantic comedies that I'm working on currently and have been for the last couple of months is based on you know those like furniture trucks on the side of the road, of like the people who like drive by and collect your all the furniture that doesn't fit in a trash can, but you all were too lazy to drive to the dump. This is, those guys go and they pick it up like old refrigerators and old washing machines, and then they sell it in their store for 50 bucks, 100 bucks, and that's how they make a job, or that's how they make money. So my movie is based off of that person as the lead character, and it's about his journey to find, let's see, the elevator pitch would be, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And it's about love and how his eyes are open. Anyways, it's a work in progress. So my first step is to come up with an idea. And since my idea, I don't have one right now because I'm doing it on the fly, I'm going to post you guys up maybe on the windowsill so that I don't have to hold this the whole video. And we'll go from there. We're free balling here, free flowing, trying to come up with the best. There's a table. I love that there's a table in this room, and I'm choosing not to use the table. Hang on. But I promise I'm not cutting. I promise. I'm here. Okay. So we're gonna do this, and let's see. What do you think? One more up, yeah. I guess I could just step back. Okay, so here it is. The writing station. So, step one, legal pads. So honestly, these things are lifesavers. They're super cheap, and you just can write and not worry about running out of space or like sticky notes or something that a lot of people do. These are great because you can just go and go and go. And so that's my main, I would say my best asset in this writing game is doing this. So, ideas. Here we go. On the top of the dome. So I don't want to do something that I've already done. First, you know, I hate to do this, like do a genre, but I think I'm gonna pick a genre. Sorry, I want to get this up a little more. Sorry if this sounds terrible. I'm sorry if this sounds terrible. I'm not gonna apologize. I'll stop apologizing. Okay. So, I hate to pick a genre because that kind of... Don't write a genre movie because you want it to be funny. Just write a movie, and if it happens to be funny, then make it funny. If it happens to be a love story, then so be it, but don't go out to make a love story. So, Ideas off the top of our head here. Let's see. I just moved to Nashville. I'm gonna this is how it would work, but inside of my brain. If I'm not inspired. Sometimes the inspiration comes. Also, this is gonna be super boring. I'll probably have to make cuts in this video. We could write a movie about, so we got a dentist. I just went to the dentist. Great, dentist. I heard someone say dentist. So we're gonna do dentist, and it's the main character is a dentist, and does he work for someone or does he run his own practice? He runs his own practice, so he's the owner. Okay. He is he good or is he bad at his job? He is really bad. And he's really bad at his job, which means his goal is to find clients, right? So that's his goal, is to get better. Goal to get, you guys are gonna make fun of all my handwriting, it's great. Goal to get better. All right, so that's kind of his character purpose, and we all know it's a movie, so it's not gonna go just like that, because he'll learn a lesson along the way. So if his goal is to get better, how is he going, what story is he gonna go through? Well, dentists are kind of funny, so I'm thinking it could be a comedy. I know I just said don't do a comedy piece, but that's what I'm thinking. Shoot, the mic is on, right? Okay. So we got a dentist. He wants to get better, and he meets someone. He has a client. Great. So he's gonna meet someone. Okay. A patient comes in, a new patient. So we got a patient who comes in, and this patient is not, I want to say like health inspector, but that's for a restaurant. So this patient, I know, like dentist wise, there's, I think that dude from Horrible Bosses, I think that was a dentist. The girl was a dentist. And then there's Willy Wonka. So you don't want to base your character. Well, a lot of times you want to base your characters off of people that you know, because movie making is all about telling real stories. It's all about storytelling. And if you come up with some fanciful, like the dentist is an astronaut dentist, like he does teeth. He's a dentist in space, and he works on aliens. He's an alien dentist. Like this is getting crazy. Do I want to go that direction? I don't think so. Like, I like to make stories that are real, that people can connect with, because that doesn't make any sense. So this patient comes in. What does this patient want? Well, the patient comes in because they have cavity. Okay. Cavity. Great. Love it. I already know where this is going. So, patient comes in, has a cavity. He is, okay, he or she, yeah, I'm not sure yet, is, okay, this feels like a Disney movie. He's the president. It's the president of the United States, based in a different era, not in our current presidency. We stay away from politics, because that's cheap humor. He's the president, and why would the president go to a terrible dentist? Well, because he's traveling. He's traveling for the UN delegation. This is when you research to see if those things are actually real things. Traveling for the UN delegation, and he was in a bind. This was the only... This movie's stupid. I already know where it's going, but I have to go in this direction. He was the only dentist available last minute. So this is a Disney. This is like a movie from the 90s, but it's fun. We might as well do it. So he's a dentist from the 90s, or it's not set in the 90s, but this is where we're going, and you'll see. You probably know where we're going. So goes in for a cavity, gets put under anesthesia, put under anesthesia, and he gets put under anesthesia, and the dentist, because he's really bad, the dentist puts him in a coma. Okay. So, I just want to show you what I have, right? I guess you saw this was blank. So, puts him in a coma. So, if I'm acting and I'm already rehearsed this, I'm an amazing actor. So, hire me, Hollywood. Okay. So, he gets put into a coma. So, my brain says we have two directions where we can go, right? So, we can go path A and path B. So, path A is, we can make it like, what's that movie? Not Family Feud. That girl. Parent Trap. So, Parent Trap, where turns out the president and the dentist look identical. And the dentist puts him accidentally in a coma. And so, let's see. So, they're long-lost twins, right? Puts him in a coma. And instead of admitting that he put the president in a coma, he has to pretend to be the president in order to go to this UN delegation to save the world. I don't know. Maybe it's like World War III. It's like a World War III nuclear meeting. This happens in real life. So, long lost twin. Okay. Other option here is I don't remember what it's called, but it's the thing with the princess and the pauper, where or the prince and the pauper, where I think they are twins or something. It's the same thing as I wanted to say, it just came out of my mouth or my nose, I'm not sure. I want to say Parent Trap. I wanted to say Sister Act. So with Parent Trap, or with Prince and the Pauper, I think they end up being related at the end of the movie, because otherwise it's too convenient, and he was like the long-lost twin or something, but maybe you could go that route. So the one is the long-lost twin, and he replaces him, right? He replaces him. So our other route B, which I had, and then I went on that tangent about dang Parent Trap. Shoot. So the other option would be, dentist puts him under. Well, the other option is he kills him on accident. He doesn't go in a coma, so let's see, he puts in a coma. The other option is he accidentally kills him, so president dies. President dies. And now the dentist is he has to run for his life. Dentist runs for his life because they think he's a spy. Alright, so I mean, look, there's that. I don't know how long it's been. I wish 3 minutes and 20. That's it? No, there's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on my timer. Good to know. Look at the timestamp and you'll see that I'm not lying here. So, the dentist, it started with the dentist, and now we got the president, right? So now, we have two options. This kind of feels like a very family-friendly, fun movie. And if we want to go that route, then we go the twin thing. So now we have to think like, okay, when was the last replacing twin Prince and the Pauper? When was the last movie that came out that was like that? Because you don't want to do something too soon after or nearby, or if there's a movie upcoming. And the other option is, well, shoot, the president dying, Dennis runs for his life. That's kind of funny, but death is a little heavy for a family-friendly movie, and this is it's silly, right? It's silly. This is a movie that you watch with maybe an 8-year-old, not necessarily a 5-year-old, or like a 10-year-old girl for a movie night, because you make the dentist super cute and the president is a celebrity. We're getting into production here. I don't want to go that route. Alright, so now I need to make the decision. Now that I have my idea fleshed out, which is essentially a really bad dentist comes into a sticky situation, and his goal is to become a good dentist, but at the end of the movie, he will learn that maybe he wasn't cut out to be a dentist. I mean, let's work on that. Let's work on the ending, and then we'll work on like the moral, and then we'll work on where we want to go, our outline, because that's the next step after the idea is an outline. So ending, and this is all on one page. Ending, we could have he learns that he learns and accepts that he is not meant to be a dentist. Okay? Now, B story, if I go the twin route, we have to have the president. Now the president has to learn a lesson too. And so maybe it would be like the president, if we go the Prince and the Pauper route, right, the president thinks his life is so hard, and the dentist thinks that his life would be better if he was important or successful. And basically they each come in the middle and they learn that, wow, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I'm blessed to have the life that I have. I have 30 seconds left on this take for the memory card. It's a thing. Look it up on the camera. So that's one route. We can also learn, you can also do like, he learns, maybe he doesn't have any friends, and he learns how to be a friend, alright, I got a timer here, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cut on. I did it in a second, kind of. Anyways, now I got another 20 minutes. Dang, this is a long video. Alright, I'll try to be fast. So, I'll speed it up. He learns how to be a friend. They both learn how to be friend, or let's see, grass is always greener is the theme. Grass is always greener. And then we got, let's see, another option here. We'll figure it out. Page 2, right? That's the first page, okay? So, I don't know, this is probably backwards for you guys, but maybe I'll flip it just at this point. Anyways, so this is brainstorming. This is literally the idea for a movie just came together in 20 minutes. So now we got another 20 minutes. Page 2 of our yellow sheet, and we love these so much. So now we have an outline. Okay, so there's a book that's amazing, and it really changed how I thought about screenwriting and movie making, and it's called Save the Cat. And it essentially breaks down every successful script follows a sequence. And I don't have the sequence memorized. You think I would, but I don't want to write about that. I'm going to do that in another video on the sequence. So this is kind of my sequence, how I've kind of modified it for my own writing styles. So the first thing you want is your opening image. Part of this is Save the Cat, but deal with it. Opening image, right? Then we have our intro. This is like our theme. This is the character's life, the world, introduction of world / character. I wish I had a whiteboard. Oh no. Okay. Then introduction of world character. So then we're gonna have the it's not called. He's gonna be thrust into action. So we'll call it call to action. These actually have names, and I have a terrible memory. It's not my strong point. Call to action, which is this is like, well, this is when the president comes into his place, right? That's like the next part. Then it's going to be the debate of what do we do? Oh no, and then it's the choice. So I think Save the Cat calls this fun and games, but this is kind of I'm gonna call it our like our main arc. I don't know. I'm a master craftsman. Main arc. That's our main story of like the meat of it. If we were writing an essay, it would be called the body. All right, then we got B story. So this is going to be either the president wakes up out of a coma and now we start his story, or if we go the other direction, it would be a love interest. So we're not sure yet. We're just going to keep pushing through. So then we got B story. Then we have oh no. This is the oh no moment. Maybe I'll do this on the thing. I just don't really want to do any editing for this video. That's why I'm doing it this way. Then it's the oh no moment, and that is the world that we thought it was. This sucks. How are we gonna get through this? Ah! We have the oh no. Then we have what I'd like to call the I want to say battle, but that's not really what it is. But I'll call it battle, sure. So the battle is gonna be, that's like the back and forth of them trying to work through this new problem that has arisen. After the battle, then you're gonna have a respite, as the pirates say in those movies, and that's kind of like a lull in the action. And then we'll have our finale, which is the summation, the ending of that battle, conflict, whatever it is, and then we're gonna have our closing image. If we were to break these down into acts, they would be, you know, Act 1 is from here. I'll show you on the thing. Act 1 is from here to, let's say here. And then Act 2 is going to be from there until here. And this is our Act 3. So, why is it important to have Act 1 and Act 2? Well, in the same way that you have your life, you have a birth, then you have the body of your birth, then your early years, and then you have your life, and then you have your retirement, and then your death. So, humans connect with storytelling in very logical, in logical sequences, and there are moments. There are some movies that don't follow a specific sequence of opening, intro, call to action, debate, blah 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 blah. And so like Memento is the classic one that people always talk about. But when you approach Memento, you see that although it's sequenced backwards, well, if you were to edit them in sequence of how the movie actually takes place, I won't give away any endings. This would still apply. And if you apply this to the movie how it is, it still applies even though the physical timeline is different. The story timeline remains the same in terms of this is how we start, introduction, here we are, fun and games, here we are, here and are. They get creative with how they display it, but it's all the same. I love that I got all this, my headphones and another pen, like I'm gonna go through the whole ink of a pen. Alright, 13. I promise this is not going to be a 40-minute video. If it is, please send help to Nashville, Tennessee. So, now that we have this, let's go through it. I like very clear lines to help my brain. This is it, outline. That's our base, now we're going to fill it in. So, opening image of a dentist. So we're going to have, you can do two things. We can either focus on the president, to establish the conflict there, or we can focus on the dentist himself. Wow. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do dentist hair on my face. Dentist, basically dentist, like, a patient runs out of the dentist office. Sorry, a patient storms out, yelling that she'll review him poorly, that she'll give him a bad review. So that establishes that our dentist is kind of an idiot. Maybe he messed up somehow, so we'll do like he messed up somehow. And, oh great, this is cool. So he messed up somehow, and we're establishing that he's not very good. We're establishing that he didn't handle the situation well. Maybe he's yelling back at her. Maybe he kicked her out. Instead of her leaving, he kicks her out. We can get into that later. Okay, so then what's fun is we can have the patient running out, kind of screaming, and then we'll cut to the president's motorcade. So president's motorcade passes by, and there's one of his like interns or assistants, whatever they're called. Say intern looks at patient. Okay, so the motorcade passes by, intern looks at patient, which is establishing one, this is how that they know that the dentist exists. Two, it established, now we're getting into the introduction of the president and his world, which is all official president stuff, politics, and all that good jazz. So now we have, this is going to be, so opening image, we'll say that's 2 to 3 pages. 2 pages, okay, is our opening image. We'll have some shots of the, shots of the city that we're in. For some reason I'm feeling San Francisco, but it could be anywhere. No, it's not. It's a small town because there's not that many dentists, but they need a dentist because he chipped his tooth. The president chips his tooth. Great. Love it. So president, I'm gonna call him Prez. Prez chips tooth. Then say emergency. Dentist is only one open. That makes it way more extreme. So he chips tooth at a gala or a gala. President chips tooth at a gala, and they call. So we'll have scenes of president at the gala dinner. Okay, we have scenes at the gala dinner and establishing the president's world, and we establish specifically that he is unhappy and stressed. I think we're gonna go with the Acoma route now that I think it'll be good for the president. Not to go into a coma, but to grow and learn. Once again, our president, not the president. So he's unhappy and stressed, and our dentist is also unhappy and stressed. Ooh, look at that, unhappy and stressed, because why are his patients all leaving? This movie is actually turning out pretty good. That's kind of funny. Alright, unhappy and stressed. Dentist is the only one open. Oh no, so they call him. So, we're getting a little crowded in my sequencing, but it's fine. This is rough, once again, so it is what it is. So, president goes, so this is going to be, I need to go over here. Prez goes to dentist, it's the only one open, and Prez goes under and doesn't come out. A coma. Oh no. Just a sad face there. So, president doesn't come out of a coma. I got 8 minutes to wrap up this outline. Shoot. Here we go. President doesn't come out of a coma. So the dentist, this is the debate, right? So this is the debate. The dentist decides to put his suit on, his suit, and become president. Now, he needs like a sidekick or a nurse, so his nurse, tech, vet, whatever they're called, dentist, teeth cleaner. So his nurse lady assistant. His assistant tells him no. Assistant says no, or she says do it for money. It for money. Not sure. So then he becomes the president. Look at that. Oh my gosh. He becomes the president. Now, here we are at the president. He is president, so he's going to do, Air Force One, Air Force. This is fun. This is the fun and games part that Save the Cat talks about. Air Force One. He's going to do Air Force One. He's going to do fittings for his new suit. Fittings, because he lost some weight maybe. He feels confident, or a little complicated. Complimented. Fittings, this is going to be, maybe he does some games with the Secret Service. And maybe he'll do the First Lady. Maybe she's cute. First Lady. Maybe so the president has a dog. He hates dogs. You need to have love and hate. He hates dogs. Fave food is different. Okay, so this is all fun and games. La-di-la-di-do. Then we're now to the we get to the UN meeting. Shoot. This is harder than I thought. Okay, then this is hard. Okay, so he hates dogs. Beep 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 boo. Before the meeting, we're gonna have Prez wakes up. Prez wakes up from a coma, and the nurse tech that we introduced earlier. The nurse technician restrains him and kidnaps him, essentially. Kidnaps him. Okay, so that's fun. Now we have our oh no. So the oh no is we're going to war. We're going to war, and dentist has to make a decision. Okay, that's cool. Dentist has to make a decision. Basically, if he's gonna stay the president, or if he's gonna go back, or if he's gonna fess up, what's gonna happen? So he is now stressed out. Oh no! Now our president, the real president, has to come up with a way to escape the nurse, because the nurse loves him. Maybe it's some like stalker vibes or something. Stalker. So president escapes and finds help from one of the dentist's close friends. Dentist's close friends. And so this is his side. This is the B story, right? So this is his side. Dentist's close friends, and they come up with a plan. So we'll say they brainstorm, like we're doing here. Brainstorm. As I chat for 4. I should have got water. So dumb. 40 minutes straight. Okay. All right. Now we have our battle. So the battle is going to be one of the aides. No. Iran is on my head right now just because of present day. So let's make it a country that would probably never give us issue. Let's do like shout out to Pewds here, a little PewDiePie sweet. Where's he from? Sweden. Sweden. So the Sweden Prime Minister. I hope there's a Prime Minister. Sweden Prime Minister finds out. Learns secret, and wants to take over the presidency. I don't know, take over something. Because Sweden, I guess this dude is jealous of the US or something. He's jealous and wants to have, I don't know, maybe a tax, like a tax credit from the UN. I don't know. This is when you have to just pretend like it's a thing, and then you research, and if it's not, then we get whatever. So that's our battle. So now, so the battle for the president is going to be remember he's being held ransom, kidnapped, and there's a ransom, and he escapes. So now the respite is going to be with the friend. So now for our dentist, the battle is he's battling with this UN guy, with this Prime Minister of Sweden, and his respite is he tells his let's say bodyguard who knew but wanted a break from the president because he was kind of a meanie, wanted a break, and yeah, he knew all along, but wanted a break from old president. So then, our respite is they kind of bond there. Respite over here. So now we're on to finale. How are they going to win? So they contact each other. So now our stories combine into one. So this is beautiful. I got 1:45. Golly. Okay. Then we have, this is going to be an hour video, guys. I'm so sorry. Then we have, so they combine, and basically they reroute Air Force One back to not back to middle country, so maybe like London. That's kind of cool. So we're in London, and President flies coach for the first time. The old one flies coach, and they meet in London. So they're meeting in London. Meet in London. So this is our finale. The reason they're in London, I think the G4, or that's Paris, G something. Some summit. Now there's a new summit. Okay? So that's how they knew he was going to go to London, is because there was that. Because he was called there, and the president knew he was on schedule. So now we're going to London, and we're on to the finale. So the finale is, there's no reveal. They meet up in person, and they switch. So no one finds out. They switch, but because the guy from Sweden confronted the dentist, now we know something about the Prime Minister from Sweden. Not sure what, but then switch, and basically the president says, if you don't, I got 10 seconds coming up. If you don't listen, then if you don't let me be, then I'll show you. And okay, we're back. Promise, I haven't moved. Same stuff. No extra. Just the timestamp is there. So the president confronts. That's good. Confronts the Swede, and says basically, mind your own business. This is U.S. We're America. Gosh dang it. So confronts and stands up for himself. That is key. Stands up for himself. Okay. His main issue is that he was a pushover president. Pushover president. That is huge. That's his main arc, is that he learns how to stand up for himself. Our dentist, because our dentist walk a mile in a man's shoes. So dentist walks a mile in man's shoes. So, i.e., the dentist learns, because he saw how much people hated the president, because of how he was to them, the dentist sees that he's a lot like the president and changes his ways. So he learns that he can't be a jerk. He should treat people with respect. There it is. He should treat people better. And the president confronts the Swede, and goes back to being the president. The dentist goes back. So now we have our closing image, and our closing image is going to be president. Let's say he is volunteering, but he never does. Volunteering, and the dentist has a crowded room with oh, that's funny. I don't know if there's more schooling involved, but what if he becomes a dentist for dogs? Dentist for dogs, because he learned, oh, great, he fell in love with the president's dog, and learned that he's not a terrible dentist, he just doesn't like people. With president's dog, and becomes a dog dentist for dogs. That's great. Alright, so if you can see it, here it is. If it's backwards, you know, I apologize. I'll flip the image. But here it is, right? So 2 pages. What was that? 40 minutes? 40, almost 50. God. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Let me move. My back kind of hurts. I'm gonna move back to my first spot. Okay. So, what did we learn? We learned that I need water next time. I'm gonna talk for 40 minutes straight. My voice is really struggling here. The main thing we learned, let's see. Main thing we learned. In 40 minutes, I just came up with a movie. Is it a great movie? No, probably not. It's about a dentist who, and then people want you to have your elevator pitch or your, like your tagline and that kind of stuff. So like, what would it be? Something like a dentist, a poor reviewed dentist learns that there's harder things in the world than pulling teeth, and it's disarming nuclear weapons or something terrible. Guys, this is not the best movie that's ever been written, but here's the deal. Now that you have an outline, the script comes together. I almost said literally and I didn't. I'm working on trying to say that less. The script comes together. I have the outline, I have my 2 main characters, I have 2 side characters with the nurse tech and the bodyguard and then the best friend. So honestly, from there, it's just filling in the blanks. It's like a Mad Libs. At that point, you have your outline. If you have a good outline, then the rest falls into place. And dialogue is, for me, is one of the easiest things to write, because if you can see the scene in your head, you know what the character is going to say. It's a person. What would the person say? The person wouldn't say something like, "Gosh, I hate being a dentist. I wish my life would be different," or something. That would be terrible dialogue. But he would, internally, he would be maybe thinking that or not thinking that, but you as the writer know that. So I'm going to finish this video here. It was really long. If you watched this whole video, comment that you did, like, and subscribe, because I'm starting this YouTube channel and I'm trying to get it up and going, and this is what I've come to, talking for 40 minutes in front of a camera because I don't want to edit. Guys, editing, I hate editing. It's the worst. If you want more like this, if you want more videos like this, let me know. If you don't ever want to watch this, then also let me know. I guess that's it. Thanks for sticking through it. If you did, maybe you learned something.